we'll see what happens in the end, but he thought it was a doable thing. And then a couple other things I picked up. One, I got to pass on to BSI, was very helpful, but not so much for us, but for them as the owner. And typically on the front end of these, you get fixed term financing for 15 or 16 years. It's kind of expensive. Banks don't like to do that. You have that much risk exposure, so they charge a little higher interest rate. And everybody sits on it for the 16 years, but some people around the country got smart, and then after the 10th year, the investors already got their return out of it, so they have not so much interest in it. And if they're partnered up with somebody that's got a balance sheet and a good track history, they're allowing a refinance in the 10th year rather than the 16th year. So we can refinance these projects in the 10th year and save quite a bit. Some people are even taking equity out at that point. So, and then the other thing, which would be, like I said, we could indirectly benefit if BSI started to refinance these on that schedule, because some of them we still have loan dollars until we get our loan payments back. There'd be more money available for secondary borrowers or lenders, which would be us. So. And then the other thing. On RAD, with our, I had assumed we needed to go to use the tax credit program for the rehab on both our RAD projects, and it didn't occur to me that on the one building, the Pioneer building, we've got enough capital here internally that we could, between putting some of our equity into it and doing some conventional financing, we can do it just like that without going all through the rigmarole of the tax credit program. And so we forego the fee associated with the tax credit program, but when you use tax credits, we give up ownership of those buildings, we turn it over to a partnership. So they're, for 15 years, it's at risk of losing it if worse comes to worse. So we can maintain ownership if we can make it work with just equity and a loan. I've sent numbers to our consultant in Denver, and she came back and she thinks it will work too, so we'll look at that seriously.
Would that also allow us to get going quicker?
It would
By starting
put us
on that one?
schedule. Well, yes, yep.
Okay.
Unless we wanted to wait. Well, there's one other thing that enters into it. The Federal Home Loan Bank, we've got a $500,000 application in. We're not going to know until December 30th.
And that we would need in order to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what's going to determine the timing more than anything. Wait for that, I would say, for half a million, probably wouldn't wait. So that was at San Francisco, and then the regional conference. Joe's got some report on that. I think a couple things I pulled away from that were more kind of programmatic efficiencies and ways to be more user-friendly for our tenants. One of the bottlenecks we've got, a lot of people come in and get on the waiting list and they don't have a social security card or a picture ID, so we make them go get one before they can get on the list.
And that's just to get on the list.
Get on the list, or they get on the list, and then we got to keep sending stuff back and forth. It's sort of a messy business. So, one of the housing authorities doing the presentation said, "Why even do that? Just put them on the list and tell them before you get
Any further,
you got to have this stuff." So, which saves us some time. And another thing we do.
Takes the onus off of us. Takes the onus off of us. Puts it
Yeah,
on
and it's a
them.
lot less trouble for them. I mean, they don't have to go scramble and